Rains have again wreaked havoc in parts of the Eastern Cape. Many families have been displaced and the affected residents are calling for assistance. There have been calls to improve infrastructure in the province. eNCA's Ronald Masinda is covering that story for us and he joins us live now to give us this update. Ronald, good morning to you, colleague. I think for South Africa, each time there is a record of heavy rains or flooding or any weather, temperatures associated to where there's destruction and possibility of people being displaced. That's why it is a concern, because we know infrastructure will be damaged, people will be displaced, and it seems that's what we're seeing now in the Eastern Cape.
Good morning, Tumelo. Well, in particular, the Eastern Cape, we've been reporting endlessly this year about the devastation that these floods have caused in areas such as Port St. John's, where we believe there's also been issues there, as well as Coffee Bay and Omani. But where we are in Gqeberha, many people were taken by complete surprise, because this has been an area that has been hit by a drought for several years, and what they experienced this weekend was something that they've never experienced in their lives. Some of the people who are at this particular shelter have disturbing stories to tell. We've been meeting people, talking about their own experiences. Others say they've lost everything due to the heavy rainfall. I'm joined by a councillor now to tell us more a bit about what has taken place here. Putlunga, thank you so much for your time. This area has seen quite a lot of people housed due to the floods. Describe for us some of their own experiences, what they've been telling you.
Thank you very much. My name is Lunga, the ward councillor from Ward 54. It's about plus minus 250 Ward 54 residents that were evacuated from their homes due to the flooding. We're only receiving the messages on Saturday evening that areas such like NU30, NU29, NU12C are flooded. Early in the morning on Sunday, we established the center, the operations center, to receive all the vulnerable families. Out of those 250, 135 are the people that are situated in social development complex. The situation is at a dire state. Even if you drive around those areas, it's flooded. Even the groceries are damaged. The blankets, the clothes and the furniture. So we decided to call the religious fraternity to accommodate us with their churches. But unfortunately we couldn't manage to arrange the sleeping arrangement. We decided to arrange the MEC of social development to arrange the service center in social development.
We know that there are people receiving medical attention. I'm going to ask my colleague Ngabantlanganiso if we can unmount the camera so that we can walk towards that direction to show the viewers what is taking place in the background. But Butlunga, were there any fatalities? Were there any people who lost their lives due to these floods?
No. Unfortunately, we didn't receive any people that were lost their lives, but there are people that are living with disability, physical challenged people, and there are people that are sick. In particular, in that area, there are home-based care that are looking after the people that are illness.
We've been informed that this place has seen a lot of people who have gone back to their homes, and the concern is, are these homes safe? Why are people insisting in going to places that are still affected by the rains?
They have several complaints because they left their furniture, they left their belongings without the security. Now they are afraid because they don't know what is going to happen if they go back. They decided to say, no, after this assistance, they need to go back and look after their belongings.
We're seeing a gentleman over here. Do we know what happened to him?
I received this case from the residents in NU12C of Tata. Then I've extended the invitation to the Department of Social Development and Human Settlement. Then after that, the social development done their work, but I'm not sure what happened as I was speaking to the center manager, I was requesting that Tata should get the better accommodation that is safe, because he is disabled, and even if you can see that his shack is not in good state.
Maybe if you can just try and get a quick word from Utata. Tata samulela xesha lakho. Kwenzeke ntoni xa kulapho?
Yeah, that was so.
Okay, very emotional man. We've been told, Tumelo, that he's also suffering from disability. We've been told that he lost everything due to these floods. We'll also be getting word from authorities who are also still busy assessing some of the damages that these heavy rains have caused.
Well, of course, you can see the room that, is just not only displacement in terms of, many people in the area not knowing where to go, Ronald, but also you can see their mental and emotional state, the state that they're in right now, worrying about, their belongings, whether or not they're safe. Utata, obviously being emotional about what just happened, but also is his ill health. It can be a lot. Surely it is a lot for them, and hopefully, of course, we'll hear what, what's been said about assisting the people. But I just wanted to know, colleague, from you, with regards to the heavy rains, has the water subsided? How's the weather conditions right now in the area?
Well, the water has certainly subsided, but there are areas where mopping up operations are still taking place. So we understand that, of course, low-lying areas are always the hardest hit due to these floods. We visited Motherwell as well as KwaZulu. Those are two of the worst affected areas here in Nelson Mandela Bay. But it doesn't seem like these floods will not continue to mellow. We are hearing reports of inclement weather predicted for Wednesday and Thursday, and I'm sure that's a concern for many people who are here. The old man, as we saw, very emotional because losing his belongings to floods, it just brings him so much pain. But there are people who are working, assisting people who have lost things. We know Gift of the Givers is also here, various departments. We also spoke to the SA Red Cross. They are also assisting people here. So some consolation, I must say, for a lot of people here in Gqeberha, at least 1,200 residents who have been displaced.
My colleague, that's where we'll leave it for now, of course, as we continue to see what the level of damage those heavy rains has caused to the people out at Gqeberha. Ronald Masinda out for us. You could see there many still displaced, hoping to go back to their homes to recover whatever they can salvage, from the heavy rains. But we'll continue to keep you updated on the latest out in Gqeberha, as well as the effects on that weather, those weather conditions to the infrastructure there. All right.